and continue with this lesson. And so if you look here on the board, we're going to go ahead and solve this system of equations. And so in order to solve this system of equations, what I need to do is I need to go ahead and figure out what variable I'm going to eliminate to start with. And so in looking at that, do you think you want to eliminate the x, the y, or the z? The z? Okay. I would probably take the x. Reason being, you've got 2, 4, and 12, right? What's the smallest number 2, 4, and 12 all go into? 12. So I'm going to multiply the top equation here by a 3. I'm going to leave the middle equation alone, and I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by a 6. So the top equation here becomes negative 12x minus 6y minus 3z equals 45. The middle equation I'm going to leave alone. And the bottom equation, what does that become? 12x plus 30y plus 42z equals negative 174. So then now, if you notice only one of those is negative, and that's the top equation, right? So what would be two equations that I could combine in order to eliminate the x? The top two? Yep. So I'm going to add the top two together. Now when I do that, you get 0, and then you get 0, and you get 0. And what do you get 0 to equal? 90. Okay, because you get 45 plus 45, which is 90. So you end up getting 0 to equal 90. Oh. Okay, is that a true statement? No, that's not a true statement. Since that's not a true statement, we can conclude that this one is no solution. So let's go ahead and look at another one. 3x plus 5y minus 2z equals 13. Negative 5x minus 2y minus 4z equals 20. And negative 14x minus 17y plus 2z equals negative 19. Go ahead and write that down. Okay, so what variable do you want to eliminate? Z, very good. Because what number does all go in? 4. So what are you going to multiply the top by?
2.
2. Middle? Nothing. Bottom? By 2. Okay, so the top equation now becomes 6x plus 10y minus 4z equals 26. The middle equation stays the exact same. And the bottom equation now becomes negative 14x. Oh, try that again. What should the bottom equation start with? Negative 28x there. Good. Minus 34y plus 4z. And that should equal negative 38. Now remember, our goal is to eliminate z. So I'm gonna add the second and third together, and then I'm going to add the first and the third together. So let's start with the second and third. When I add those together, what do you get? Negative 33x. Yep, minus 36y. Good, negative 18. So now all I did is add those two together. Now I'm going to add the top and the bottom together. Good, negative 22x. Yep, perfect. Negative 12, nice job. You guys did great on that one. So now we've got x and y, and we need to eliminate a variable. Which one do you want to eliminate?
X.
The x? Okay, so what's the smallest number both 22 and 33 go into? Smallest number? Bigger. Keep going. 66. There you go. Good job. So what are you going to multiply the top by to get 66? 2. Okay, we'll make this a negative 2. What do we make the bottom one? 3. Okay, and then by doing that, now what we're going to do is have opposite signs, so we should be good to go. The top equation, or the blue equation, becomes 66x plus 72y equals 36. The bottom equation becomes negative 66x minus 72y equals negative 36. Now, when you add them together, you get 0 to equal 0. Now, this problem is different than the problem before, because the problem was 0 equals 90. This one is 0 equals 0. So do we remember what this is? All real numbers. Excellent. Nice job. All real numbers, because that is a true statement. 0 does, in fact, equal 0. Now, the very last thing we're going to look at is we're actually going to look at a story problem. Now, before you moan and groan, okay, this isn't that bad. All right. The sum of three numbers is negative 4. So, can somebody tell me an equation that would work for that one?
X plus y plus
Yep.
z.
A plus B plus C is the same thing. I'm just going to use X, Y, and Z just because that's kind of what we've been dealing with so far. So X plus Y plus Z equals negative 4. The second number decreased by the third is equal to the first. So the second number is Y decreased by the third. What will that be?
Minus z.
Minus Z is equal to the first. X. Good. The sum of the first and the second numbers, so the sum of the first and the second numbers, how can I represent that? X plus Y is negative 5.
You could solve for y or x or something. Is that?
Okay, so now this is like one of the ones on your homework. I believe this was like number 18, where you didn't necessarily have all three variables and all three equations. And so what we kind of have to do is we kind of just have to work with them, manipulate them around. And so what I'm going to do first of all, can somebody guess? Somebody take a stab in the dark? Yeah. Okay, I could do substitution right here for x. I'm going to substitute this x in its place. And so when I do that, I get y minus z, that's in place of x, plus y plus z equals negative 4. So let's see again what I did. What I did is I took x equals y minus z, this right here, y minus z, and I plugged that right in here. So I ended up getting y minus z, and then I still have my plus y plus z equals negative 4. Now in looking at that, what do you see? Yeah, 2y, good. Equals negative 4. What happened to your z's? They're gone. They canceled. So that worked out really nice because now I can go ahead and solve, divide both sides by 2, and what do you get y to equal? Negative 2. Now this is where this problem works really nice because y equals negative 2. I can plug that in right here. And so then I end up getting x plus -2 equals -5. So what do I get x to equal? -3, nice job. And then so now it's just a matter of I can plug this either into the top equation or the bottom equation. I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the top equation. The top equation, remember, was x plus y plus z equals -4. I'm just going to plug in what I know. I know that x is -3. I know that y is -2. And now I need to find what z is. So -3 and -2 is -5. Okay. What does z come out to be? 1. So my solution will be -3, -2, 1. Said find the numbers, there you go. The numbers are -3, -2, and 1. So the reason why I showed you a story problem is that for those of you that are going to be gone tomorrow, you in class are going to work on a worksheet. Okay? So now, those of you that are going to be gone tomorrow, I need 8 through 18 by the end of the day. Okay? Or, this is the other option, you can slide it under my door, but I need it Friday. Those of you that are going to be here tomorrow, okay, I need 8 through 18 at the start of class. We will check those, and then you will have the remaining time to complete this worksheet, 1 through 9. Okay? So, questions? Alrighty.